Hey, what's up YouTube? It's HexShot87. Today I just want to talk about concealed carry and what we have experienced in our little time of actually concealed carrying. First of all, I want to say thanks for all the subscribers that we've gained and the likes, the comments, and everything has been pretty much mostly positive. And that means a lot, especially to a channel of our size. We're pretty excited about where we're going with this. So just keep continuing what you're doing, and we'll keep making the best videos we can. So with that being said, we've been concealed carrying for 6 months now, and there's been quite a few things that I would change. And I thought it would be kind of interesting. Most of the videos that you see on YouTube are from people that have done it for a long time. So they definitely have more experience. But with that being said, with this so fresh in our minds of what we've done wrong and what we've done right, I thought it'd be kind of interesting for you guys to see that. Hopefully it'll help you out. Hopefully you can take something from this video that'll help steer you in the right direction. So I took some notes because there's quite a few things I want to go over. Just bear with me, and let's get started. First thing that we want to talk about, obviously, is the gun. Choosing the right gun. More importantly, choosing a gun that you can, not only that you like, but that you can realistically shoot well. As far as the whole caliber thing, don't even buy into it. Most of it's a bunch of junk. You do want to kind of stay 38, 380 and above. That's kind of like the baseline in self-defense. But as long as you're in that range, you're good to go. 9mm is what we went with. That's what I like to shoot. Good all around, pretty decent price. Fortunately, it's coming back into stock now, which is awesome to see. So 9mm is a really good round, but I don't have anything against 380 either. So I really don't, or 38. So choosing the right gun, make sure you can handle that gun effectively. The first guns that we went with, this is an XDS. The first guns we went with were the M&P 9C and the SR 9C. I figured compact guns would probably be pretty good, hold a good amount of capacity. But the first thing you have to remember is that you're sticking 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of metal down your pants. So automatically you're going to be a little bit uncomfortable. That's just something everybody has to get through and work through, honestly. But doing a little bit more research after we already purchased the guns, I started finding guns like this, like the Shield here. These guns are safety checked, by the way, so we're good. That are less than 1 inch thick. Alright. The most important thing, though, is the fact that this still feels like a real gun. Now, funds is going to come into issue for most people. And unless you have unlimited funds and can just buy a gun for every single different thing you like to do, you're going to want kind of the jack of all trades. A gun that you can keep at home, a gun that you can carry comfortably, and a gun you can take to the range and have fun with. This one right here has been the best one I've found so far. The 9mm Shield, they also make them in a 40, and recently they also make it with or without the thumb safety. So this is an awesome choice. I'm actually going to do an update video. I've done one on these guns before. I'm going to do an update on it soon. But this is an awesome choice. Absolutely love it. But this is not the only choice. You have the XDS, which is my gun, and again, a very nice gun, kind of pricey, or they can be. So that's something to consider as well. You have the grip safety on the back, and that kind of thing. Walther PPS, you have car lines, you have Keltec line, Keltec PF9s and 380s. Glock 42 is a 380 as well, and that's one of the newest additions of the Glock line. And that is an awesome little pistol. I held one actually the other day. It's a little bit smaller than the Shield in a 380 caliber. And if Glock does not release the 9mm, whatever single stack, whatever number it's going to be next year, if they do not release it in 9mm next year, I will be picking up the 380 version. I promise you, because it is an awesome little gun. So that's something to consider as well. Alright, so moving on. Holster. You want to make sure that you really look into this. Don't skimp on the holster. Get you a good holster. This right here is an 8 square tactical holster. Single belt loop. It actually does hold retention, so it's not going to fall out. But with a simple twist, the gun comes right out. The suede backing on the back, it feels nice. It's very comfortable. It doesn't make you sweat, hot. But I wouldn't just look at this style. There's several different styles that just use the 1 belt loop. The ones with 2 belt loops that actually spread the weight out a little bit better. That's the only issue I found with this, besides the fact that these bushings in this thing just suck. So that's something to look at. Outside the waistband, if you live in one of those states, inside the waistband is probably going to be, you know, the most common concealed carry, pocket carry. Even for the ladies, there's bra carry I've seen, thigh carry, purse carry even. So a ton of different options. Take time with the holster. Crossbreed makes some good style holsters. Hidden hybrid holsters are really awesome. So take time with that. There's enough information on YouTube. You should not have to go through an issue of finding a holster, trust me. Carrying with a round in the chamber. It literally took one YouTube video for me to completely get comfortable. Not completely, but to start doing it. Carrying with a round in the chamber. I didn't look it up. I will actually leave a description below for you guys to look at, but there's a video on YouTube. The guy I mean, you could tell he's trained, and he shows how much time it takes to pull the gun from concealment, rack the slide, get your your gun on your target and shoot, compared to having a round in the chamber and getting it literally, you have to see it. You have to see it. It literally is a matter of seconds when you're talking about self-defense. I think it's within 7 yards. A matter of 3 seconds is what an average self-defense shooting takes place in. So if you're trying to pull this thing out from your holster, rack the slide, adrenaline's pumping, and you forget a safety, you're probably dead. So check that video out that I'll leave. Carrying around in the chamber, police, military, all those guys do it. These guns are designed to carry with a round in the chamber. Make sure you train with it. I'm not just saying put a round in the chamber and then just, oh, okay, cool, you know, and just, you know, keep your finger on the trigger always. Oh, all right, well, it should be safe. Don't do that. Make sure you train, but it is something you definitely want to consider. Make sure you want to put the time in for practice. Don't be one of those people that goes into a gun shop. You just got your concealed weapons permit. You're all excited. You buy a holster. You walk out to the car. You put it in your holster. You load the gun up, and now you're walking around your town, and you've never even shot the gun. Spend some time with your gun. With the ammo you're going to use. This is some Hornady critical duty. Spend some time with your gun. You know, dedicate some time so you can be effective with it. So you're not walking around with a loaded weapon around Walmart thinking that's a good idea. It's probably not. Clothing. Clothing is going to be crucial depending on where you live. If you're watching this video and you live, you know, in Alaska, then what kind of gun you carry or how big it is probably isn't going to matter as much, you know. If you live down here in the South, it probably is. I find that even carrying the shield, this is what I carry 80% of the time, just because I find it to be more comfortable than the XDS. It's a little bit lighter, yet it is so controllable and such a nice gun. But even carrying this thing around on my inside the waistband, sometimes I just don't want to. Sometimes I just want to have a gun a little bit smaller than this, not much smaller, a little bit smaller than this, throw in my pocket, go for the day, and be done with it. So clothing is something that you're just gonna have to, you know, never do you want to dress around your gun, because, you know, you're adding this to yourself. You know, you're not gonna do everything around your firearm, you know, if that makes any sense. But you definitely want to pick out a gun that's suitable, and then down the road, you know, you can have one for winter, you can have one for summer, you know, if you have the kind of climate we do. Most of the time it's hot, so I want something small for t-shirt and short kind of carry, so something to consider. Good belt. If you have a good belt, your pants will stay up. If you have a bad belt, your pants will be saggy. Trust me, I know. Look at a good belt. Things I did want to talk about that I just kind of touched on was, make sure that you pick a gun that is small enough to conceal. What you're looking at is the grip length, all right, and grip length is basically what's going to be printing on you. And the thickness of the firearm, as you can see, these two right here are very thin. They're extremely thin, less than an inch, both of them. All right, that's where the comfort's gonna come in. It doesn't matter if this thing has a 12-inch barrel on it; it can just be riding down your leg. It doesn't matter. Grip length and thinness or thickness. A lot of these, even the Shield and the SDX, as a matter of fact, came with the magazines with the grip extensions on them. I'd say those are fine to use at the range, but if you're going to have something that has the size of a full-size handgun, I don't really see what's the point, because you might as well carry one. They carry more rounds, and the barrel doesn't matter. So I don't even shoot with the extended, definitely not the one in the XDS. I do it with the M&P because I only have 2 magazines. That's all it came with. But I try to carry it. Oh, I'm trying to put that in the wrong gun. But I carry it with a flush mag, and that's how I try to shoot it most of the time. And the XDS, I try to shoot with the flush mags. So that's something to keep in mind. So yeah, you don't want to pick something so small that you're not going to have fun with it. I hate to say it, but LCPs, the little Kel-Tecs, you know, they're really small and really easy to hide, but at the same time, who the heck wants to go to the range and shoot with that thing all the time? You probably never. Never. I mean, it's just so uncomfortable. My buddy John, that we did some shooting with, he has a little Ruger LCP, and that thing sucks. I mean, the sights suck on it. The thing sucks. Make sure you don't get a small little toy gun. Get something that you're gonna wanna, you know. I mean, this thing right here is fun to shoot, and it'll reach out and touch you. I mean, I promise you. So I mean, there's too many of the guns this size that are pretty easy concealable, you know, that you can actually have fun with. And home defense. I mean, this isn't ideal for home defense, but I bet you if you practice enough and you put the shots where they need to be, it's all you need. So the smaller guns are a little bit harder to master, so that's where the practice comes into play. I've been shooting since I was 5 years old. Rifles mainly, you know, little 22s and 12 gauge and 270s, that kind of thing. I'm pretty new to pistol shooting of a higher caliber, besides the little 22 pistols. So I was even surprised, me shooting as long as I have, how much it took, you know, how much time it took behind the trigger to actually be able to get on target. You know, at first, you know, I told my wife, I was like, yeah, I've shot before. Yeah, absolutely. Watch me. And I missed the target. I mean, it takes time. You know, it does. And I've actually had some of that stuff on camera just to show you guys. Hey, I'm not embarrassed by it. I practice with them. And, you know, like the trigger on this thing throws me off. But now, with a little practice, got a little better with it. So, that's that. I'd want Jen to come out here and talk about some carry options for the ladies. She is a little bit sick, so I'll just go over those a little bit real quick. I can't vouch too much because I'm sorry I'm not a woman, but carrying options for ladies, there's quite a few of them. Choose a gun you can control is very, very, very important. Don't let some dude that has no clue about guns tell you what gun you should get. Don't let a guy tell you what gun you should get. You only know what gun you should get. Just that is the most important thing, I think. If you can, try on some guns. I know Jen has run into this quite a bit, wearing more form-fitting clothing. It absolutely, with the SR9C, Jen first got her concealed weapons permit. She's happy. I'm happy for her. She walks out of the house and she turns around to lock the door, and the gun's sticking up way up in the air, and people are riding by on the bike like, what's going on? Yeah. So it's going to take a little bit more for the ladies to kind of, you know, find the right thing. So if you have a shop that's cool enough to let you hold, you know, try on a holster, try on a gun, shoot the gun preferably, make sure you do that. A couple of the holster options for ladies real quick. Purse carry, don't recommend, but that is out there. Inside the waistband, we've seen bra holsters for them, thigh holsters, outside the waistband too. Inside the waistband seems the most reasonable, and tactical. The reason you conceal carry is so bad guys don't know that you're carrying. So if you're carrying outside the waistband, even if you're in one of those states that you're allowed to, it kind of defeats the purpose, to me, in my opinion. But inside the waistband, I think is very comfortable. Even with this holster, I find it to be very, very, very comfortable. Even have like ankle holsters, but that would probably be more as a backup option to your main sidearm. So, and yeah, definitely look at the 380s. There's a lot of information you will get on the internet that 380s are no good. They're not going to stop anybody, but not volunteering to get shot with one of those 380s that they talk so much crap about. So don't listen to it. It's a bunch of muck. 380-38 is your baseline for self-defense, okay? But I promise you, you put it right here in the ticker, ain't nobody gonna start moving at you. So just keep that in mind. All right, and Glock 42, I really like that gun. I really, really like that gun. I have to say, I've been shooting pistols hardcore for a year now. And I wanted to stay away from Glock because that's all everybody talked about. Glock, 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 Glock. So I was like, screw it. M&P, how about that? XDS, how about that? Until I shot a Glock. And then I realized, holy crap, this thing is freaking awesome. I mean, the slide felt like it was on butter. I mean, and I was just dead accurate with it. More accurate than I promise you I really am. So I'm definitely looking at Glock a little bit closer. Like I said, I heard they're coming out next year with a single stack 9mm version of the 42. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully they do. I'm sure within at least 2 years they will. So just some things to consider. If you are brand new to concealed carry, welcome. It's an awesome thing to know that you're exercising your rights. I love it. And as we continue to go along, and everything will probably change from a video that's done 6 months from now. That's the beauty of it. Everything changes. You're always trying something different, and that's why it's so cool. So anyways, thank you guys. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, share, do whatever you want. Just do something with the video. Hold them down. Thanks for watching.